Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a full face of high-end makeup. I do have two new products to try out. I have the Fenty Snap Shadows and the Hourglass Concealer. Everything else is pretty much products I already had in my collection. A few of them, they're kind of like new to me in terms of me not using them like right away. But everything else is pretty much like old products. But hope you guys enjoyed this full face of high-end makeup, and of course see my thoughts on the new Fenty shadows and Hourglass Concealer. And let's get started. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. Alright, so for the fun part, here are these Snap Shadows. I do have two of them that I picked up from Sephora. I have number 3, which is going to be 3 deep neutrals. And then I have number 4, which is going to be Rose. So let's start off with number 3. I knew from when I seen them on Instagram that these two is pretty much the ones that I wanted because they pretty much caught my attention and they're what I would gravitate towards. Here is the packaging for it. So cute, very sleek. And then on the back, you actually see the colors of the shadows. And then you also have the name of the shadows on the back as well. So very cute. And then open it up. So excited. I already seen them already in store, but I haven't seen them since I purchased them. But here is what it looks like. Again, I have number 3. This is going to be 3 deep neutrals. So it's going to be more of like your warm tone palette. Again, you guys know that's pretty much what I gravitate towards. So you do have 3 matte shadows. Actually, you have 4 matte shadows and you have 2 shimmer shades. So again, 4 matte shadows and 3 shimmer shades. You do have a light brown for your transition color. You have a dark brown for the outer V. You have that really pretty orange. It looks really good against like deeper skin tones. You have that really pretty mauve color. So again, it's definitely like my kind of palette. You also have a nice mirror on top. And then the next one is going to be Rose, for Rose. So again, it's called Rose number 4. And then again, same concept with the packaging. And then here is what the inside looks like. Again, it's called Rose. So those really pretty like pink tone shades in this palette. Love the shimmer shades in here. It definitely looks like a springtime palette to me. So with this one, you do get 3 matte shadows and you get 3 shimmer shades. So 3 mattes, 3 shimmers, whereas I told you guys the one called Deep Neutrals, you get 4 mattes and 2 shimmers. I want to believe, if I'm not mistaken, she has 6 of the Snap Shadows. I only got 2, it's 2 for $45. I will have it linked in my description box below, but I'll just go ahead and swatch 2 colors for you guys right quickly so we can go ahead and get started with the eye look. So really pretty color. So that's swatched really nicely. And I just do a matte shadow. 1 shimmer, 1 matte. And here is the matte. That one is really pretty as well. So again, this is going to be the Rose palette number 4. And I think I'm gonna play with the neutral palette today. I'm just gonna keep my eye look super simple. Why not, you guys? I'm a simple person when it comes to my makeup. So starting off, I'm just gonna take this really pretty tan color. That one is called Nude Booty, and just put it into my crease. It's a lot of kickback with this palette. I'll show you guys if you can see the brown. A lot of kickback. All right, just gonna take this orange color, it's called Fight a Freak, and just going to put that into my crease as well. The orange color is pressed really nicely. It's not as much fallout compared to the nude color. As you can see, it doesn't have as much fallout compared to that nude. So it's definitely pressed much better compared to that nude color. All right, now I'm gonna take this really pretty color right here in the middle. That one is called Heaven Sent. So it's that really pretty color in the middle. Just going to apply it to my lid. Told you guys, real basic look. Nothing spontaneous. Ooh, that's super pigmented. It's applying kind of patchy. I'm just gonna spray my brush right quickly. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's applying patchy right here. Let me just change my brush and see if that would help. All right, so changing out my brush definitely helped the eyeshadow apply so much better. I'm using my MAC 239. So my MAC 239 is what I'm using. And that definitely helped much better. All right, I'm gonna take the burgundy color. It's called Shot Fire. Just gonna apply it to my outer V. All right, that burgundy color, same thing, is pressed really well. No kickback, no fallout, which is really good. So again, so far it's only that neutral color, that light brown color, that's giving me a lot of kickback and fallout. But every other color thus far has been really pressed nicely, so no issues with those. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the eye look for now. And FYI, you guys, these can snap together. So it's really cool if you're traveling. You can just snap them together. So I think that's pretty cool. Just keep that in mind. So it snaps like this. So you take it together if you're traveling. That way you don't have to lose it. I think that's really cool. So moving on into the face. I do have one new face product. One new face product. Everything else is pretty much like old in my collection. Not like old, but not like a new release like those. I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my face. I'm gonna use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water to prime my face. My face feels really dry today. So just gonna go ahead and prep my skin so we can apply our complexion products. I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. Is going to be a primer and moisturizer in one. You guys know I love this product. It has an hyaluronic acid, so really good product if you have dry skin. I have the Milk Hydro Grip. This product is new for me, but I already tried it out in a video because I actually filmed this video already before, but I did not like the footage, so I'm actually refilming this video again. But I did use the Milk Hydro Grip in the first initial video, and because I have dry skin, I honestly did not like the product. I actually used the product by itself as my main primer. I didn't use a hydrating primer with it, and y'all, I did not like the way my foundation looked on the skin. And the foundation I used was pretty much a new foundation. So I mean, it's a new foundation to me, but it's not like a new foundation in terms of like 2020, but it's a new foundation from 2019 that I didn't use before, which is going to be the Fenty Hydrating foundation. I have it in 390, and I actually used this foundation for the first time in the initial video that I filmed with the Hydro Grip primer, and y'all, it did not look good. Like the foundation did not look good to be a hydrating foundation. Like I was honestly like unimpressed with the foundation, and all the hype that the foundation was getting, I was pretty much like, I don't see it. And I really feel like because my primer was not a hydrating primer was why I didn't feel that way about the foundation. So I wanted to try it with a hydrating primer. So again, this is what the product looked like. You guys pretty much know what the product looked like already. I have it in the shade 390, same thing as the original foundation. So it's going to be the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This one is pretty much for people. All right, so I do have the foundation on my skin. My camera timed out on me, I apologize, but it looks so much better with a hydrating primer compared to the Milk Hydro Grip. So I can definitely see why everyone likes it because it looks really good on the skin. This with it is just, it's not it. So with that being said, I have a new concealer that was actually sent to me through Influencer for me to try out. It's going to be the new Hourglass Airbrush Concealer. They also sent me the brush as well. Here is what the brush looked like. And I typically just use a sponge under my eyes to blend out my concealer. I don't use brushes, but I will do one side with a brush and one side with a beauty blender. The color that I chose was the one called Dune. I actually chose it online, and it was kind of hard to like pick my actual like concealer shade because you guys know online it's not the easiest. When I got the packaging, it looked super light. It's actually a frosted package. Packaging is actually frosted, so it doesn't really show you the true color per se. So just kind of keep that in mind because I already again filmed this video. I will say it is too light for me, and when using this product you have to go in like super light-handed. You can't go heavy-handed. You guys know I tend to go hand with my concealers. I go like full-on strokes and everything, but with this you cannot do that because I found it too thick to blend out. So initially when I first tried it, I did not like it. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go super light-handed and see if that actually works this way compared to the first initial way where I put on too much product and it was so hard to blend out. So here is the applicator on it. So nice doe foot. It's almost like very spongy and like flexible, if you guys can see that. So it's not a traditional wand where it doesn't move. It's actually pretty flexible. So let's go light-handed. As you can see, the color is way too light for me, so keep that in mind. The color range is kind of wonky, but I'm going to make the best of it because it was free, so just gonna make it work. So again, I'm gonna use the brush for one side and use my beauty sponge for the other. As you can see, a little bit goes a long way. So do not be like me and do not apply too much product because I'm telling y'all, like I was struggling to blend out the product, like struggling. So just apply a little bit because a little bit goes a very long way. And this concealer claims to be a full coverage concealer. So if you like full coverage concealers, it definitely claims to be a full coverage concealer. The brush isn't bad, I just prefer a sponge, but it's definitely like easy to work with. Yeah, it's definitely full coverage. As you can see, it covered up my under eye bags because your girl is not getting no kind of sleep. Y'all know hashtag new mom life, so it definitely covered under my eyes. I wish I had my correct shade because I do think it's pretty nice. I just don't have my right shade, but it blended out really nicely under my eyes. I naturally have creasing under my eyes, so I do have like 2 lines under my eyes right now because I can see looking into my mirror, but I naturally just have creasing under my eyes. It's not like emphasized or anything like that, but it is like settling into my lines under my eyes, so keep that in mind as well. So I'm gonna take my sponge for this eye. It's going to be the Sonia Kashuk sponge. I'm going to blend this out. So I do feel like you get more coverage with the sponge. You do get more coverage in terms of with blending it out. However, I do like how the brush side looks more like flawless. And it almost like thinned it out a little bit so it looks more natural compared to looking so like intense. So if you want more of a full coverage, just use the sponge because it just kind of keeps it more like full coverage, whereas this brush actually makes it look more natural. So just depends on what you're going for, but I honestly prefer the brush side, to be honest, especially since the concealer is way too light for me. I like the brush side way better. And I feel like the brush actually blended out way nicer compared to the sponge, to be honest with you. So this is what the concealer is looking like. To be honest, it's not my most favorite concealer that I've tried. I do feel like I like the full coverage aspect of it, but it's so hard to blend out. To be honest, to me it's kind of hard to blend out. The brush does help in terms of making it not so like thick under the eyes, whereas the beauty blender makes it more like full coverage looking, but it's just harder to blend with the sponge. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna set my face, actually I'm gonna set my under eyes. I was gonna use my Fenty loose powder, but I forgot how bright under my eyes looks. I'm just gonna skip that step and just use my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in deep just to set my face. All right, for bronzer, I'm gonna use my Fenty bronzer in Cocoa Naughty. You guys have seen this product. You guys have seen this product all over YouTube. Really bomb bronzer. All right, and then for blush, I'm just gonna use my Lorac blush. It's going to be the one called Infrared. You can get Lorac at Kohl's. And I'm not sure if Ulta has them, but I know Kohl's does sell Lorac products, so you can definitely get it at Kohl's. But again, it's this really pretty mauvey color called Infrared. All right, diving into my highlighter, I'm just going to use a Sephora metallic palette. It's going to be a really nice palette for highlighters. I'm just going to take this really pretty bronzy color right here in the corner for my highlight for today. And it's a really pretty like subtle highlighter, nothing too crazy or intense, just really pretty and subtle. So I do enjoy this palette. And you do have like some other pretty colors in here, like this really pretty like pinky mauvey color. I'll probably say as an eyeshadow or blush. That white one I will probably never use, but it's some really pretty colors in here nonetheless. If you guys hear Tristan, I apologize. He's right here on the bed in front of me sleeping, so he's about to wake up really soon. All right, and then for lips, I do have two colors. I'm gonna keep it really simple with the lips. I do have the Sephora. It's going to be the Rouge Gel Lip Liner in the color called Rosewood. This really pretty like neutrally brownish kind of color, so pretty. I need to get another one like ASAP. But look how pretty this color is on its own. So pretty. And you know I love a nice like shiny lip. You can leave it right here, but it's too dark for me. Just gonna take the Sephora. It's going to be the Gel Gloss Ultra Brilliant. Is the Ultra Shine Gel Lip Gloss in the color called Totally Lucid. They may not have this exact color anymore. I'm not sure. They may have another clear one like this. Just a clear gloss will do. Just gonna top it over. All right, this is pretty much the finished look, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a quick roundup as far as my 2 new products. So for the Fenty Snap Shadows, I'm not gonna say it's a product that I'm gonna say, oh my God, girl, you have to go out and like buy this product ASAP. I'm not gonna say that. It's not a horrible product either. It's just another eyeshadow palette to me. I wasn't really like impressed with it, like oh my God, girl, like it was bomb. It was just an okay eyeshadow palette to me. I had really high hopes for this eyeshadow palette. Keep in mind I only played with just the one palette, which was this one. The mattes in here, they're really nice. I think the shimmer shades is kind of what had me disappointed a little bit, but I only used that one shimmer shade. But at the same time, it just wasn't like an oh my God product. So would I say to buy the product? I would definitely say buy the product, but I wouldn't say go out and run to buy the product. But I do think it's a really pretty palette in terms of traveling and just kind of having on hand, but it wasn't like something that was like oh my God, it was just the best thing ever. So again, just keep in mind I only use number 3. Again, the brown one had a lot of fallout. The other shadows in here was pretty much pressed really well. I didn't use these 2, so I'm not sure about those 2, but the ones that I used, the orange, the burgundy, and the shimmer one was pressed really nicely. So again, I would recommend it, but I wouldn't say go out and like run and you have to have it in your collection. It's just one of those things where you want to support Rihanna, girl, go on and get it, but you don't have to like have it in your collection, just to be honest with you. So keep that in mind. I told you guys the Hydro Grip Primer, I didn't use it in this video, but I did use it in my initial first video. I do think the concept is really good, but just for me having dry skin, worn alone, I can't use the primer by itself because my foundation, the Fenty foundation that I showed you guys, it did not look good at all. Like I actually hated the foundation when I used it with this primer, but using it with my Smashbox primer and my primer water, the foundation looks so much better. I just love how it looks on the skin. It's not like, oh my God, like hydrating glowy type of foundation, but it's definitely not as matte compared to the original one. So for me, I would have to stick to a actual hydrating face primer, and I think I told you guys in another video recently, for me, I just cannot do primers that's not hydrating anymore because it just makes the foundation look not good, period. So Fenty foundation was a 2 thumbs up for me after using it with this hydrating face primer. As far as the concealer go, the concealer is definitely not a bad concealer. It's definitely a full coverage concealer. Y'all know I have bags for days because I do have a newborn, so I'm pretty much up all night long with the whole feeding every 2 to 3 hours. So I do have bags for days. So it is a full coverage concealer. My color is not the correct color. I got it again through Influencer, so I picked the wrong shade because I picked it online. I feel like if I had the correct shade, I might like it even more. But to me, it's one of those concealers where if you like a full coverage concealer, go out and get it. I did have a hard time blending the concealer out with the sponge compared to the brush. Do I feel like you have to get the brush? You don't have to get the brush. If you have any kind of concealer brush, maybe that will work fine. But I do like these 2 paired together. I feel like the actual brush kind of like, it didn't make it look so thick under the eyes. It almost kind of like shared it out a little bit, so it looked more natural versus looking so heavy under the eyes. Whereas the sponge, it looked more like full coverage with the sponge, and it wasn't as easy to blend out with the sponge. So where I would use the sponge, I would honestly just use the brush for this concealer because this looks more natural and it kind of shared it out, whereas the sponge left it more like full coverage, if that makes sense. So I would say try the concealer out if you like full coverage concealers, but I would probably do it with the brush versus doing it with the sponge because it was just easier to blend out that way. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much my full face of high-end makeup products. I haven't filmed one of these in so long. I'm actually trying to like kill time with my videos because my drugstore products haven't came in yet. I have my e.l.f. products coming in really soon. I did some shopping in stores, but y'all, my store is taking so long to get these new products in. So I'm gonna place an Ulta order really soon. If I cannot find any products in stores between these next couple of days coming up, I'll just place one huge Ulta order. But I'm just trying to kill some time with these other videos until I can get my drugstore content rolling out. I'm just trying to find the new products. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to give it 2 thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.